Larry Bird has had enough of Caitlyn Clark being mistreated by the WNBA, and he's had enough of her altercation with Marina. Now, Caitlyn Clark has options from Larry that are too excellent to pass up. What was it he said? What was Caitlyn Clark's response? There is no denying Caitlyn Clark's influence on the WNBA. She gave the league unparalleled attention as the 2024 WNBA Draft's #1 choice. She broke several milestones during her first season, including the WNBA single-season assist record of 337 and a rookie point record of 761. I can't believe Caitlyn Clark. Her games immediately increased viewing by 170%, with 18 of the 21 games showcasing her Indiana Fever on ESPN surpassing 1 million viewers. Additionally, you should focus on this section. Ratings fell 55% when Clark missed a run of games in June 2025 because of a groin injury, going from 9.9 million viewers to less than 4.5 million. In line with the 30% decline in attendance for non-Fever games, ticket sales also declined. Here's why you should care. Clark is more than a mere athlete. She is the WNBA's financial engine, increasing franchise values by 180% on her own between 2024 and 2025, with the Fever's worth rising by 273%. It was unbelievable. Here's what they aren't telling you, though. Clark's star power has been continuously underutilized by the WNBA, despite her revolutionary influence. She took in 17% of all the league's egregious fouls in 2024, a startling figure for a rookie with only 40 games played. The league's incapacity to protect its most valuable asset was then brought to light by instances like Marina Mabry's flagrant 2 shove on June 17, 2025, and JCS Sheldon's eye poke, which escalated the roughness this season. Fans and commentators like Christine Brennan were incensed when the WNBA upped Mabry's infraction after the game, but did not suspend him. They also chastised Commissioner Kathy Engelbert for not denouncing the hit categorically. And just wait if you think that's horrible. Clark's $11 million in endorsements far outweigh her $78.66 salary, highlighting the league's inability to fairly compensate its finest talent. Things start to get risky at this point. The WNBA's business strategy has never been viable, mostly depending on the NBA to compensate for its losses. Despite a $200 million yearly television deal and high viewership, the league recorded a $40 million loss in 2024, which is in line with its trend of yearly deficits since its founding in 1997. About half of the WNBA's running expenses are covered by the NBA, with Forbes estimating that the league receives 15 to 20 million in direct funding each year. Additionally, the repercussions were harsh. This reliance on money has created a complacent culture in which the WNBA puts political positions before of commercial gain, alienating the very player who would help them become independent. What if I told you that wasn't the worst part, though? The WNBA has adopted narratives that diminish Clark rather than using her popularity to expand the league. Fan dissatisfaction is rampant on social media, with one post saying, "The WNBA is more concerned with checking boxes than making money." They are discarding Caitlyn Clark, who is their key to relevance. It has been argued that Engelbert's unwillingness to specifically acknowledge Clark's contributions, often combining her name with others like Angel Reese, dilutes her influence. For instance, even though Clark's games get 80% of the league's top audience, when questioned about Clark, Engelbert usually brings up the whole 2024 rookie class. This is the point at which everything goes totally awry. This strategy has strengthened opinions that the WNBA prioritizes identity politics over leveraging a once-in-a-generation talent pool, a position that could drive away sponsors and supporters. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. The problem is made worse by the WNBA's unwillingness to confront Clark's physical targeting directly. Mabry shoved Clark to the ground during the game against the Sun on June 17, 2025, which led to a brawl with Fever guard Sophie Cunningham. The reaction of the league. Cunningham's $400 punishment and lack of bans sent a message that playing aggressively against Clark would not have much of an impact. The WNBA is okay with Clark getting beat up because it fits their narrative, one user said as fans erupted on social media. The money she brings in is irrelevant to them. Clark's ninth-place placement among guards in player-voted All-Star ballots, despite 1.3 million fan votes, and this incident point to internal opposition to her fame. This is the part, though, that no one anticipated. A legend like Larry Bird has been able to take Clark's place since the league hasn't accepted him. Things take a startling turn at this point. Larry Bird understands the experience of being an outsider in a league that doesn't accept you completely. The Boston Celtics' great faced suspicion when he joined the NBA in 1979 because he was a white player from a rural Indiana town in a league that was dominated by urban athletes. His straightforward style, which is based on basics, court vision, and clutch shooting, raised doubts among critics about its ability to compete. It gets much more unbelievable, I promise. Bird's calmed skeptics by leading the Celtics to a 61-win season while averaging 21.3 points and 10.4 rebounds as a rookie, and winning 3 titles and 3 MVP honors by 1986. According to Nelson Research, his battle with Magic Johnson helped the NBA avoid financial obscurity by increasing ratings by 52% in the 1980s. Bird's trip is strikingly similar to Clark's. Similar to Clark, he was a game-changing player whose distinct style, long-range shooting, and superb passing altered the rules. This is where things start to become pretty intriguing. Trash talk and rough play with Birds. However, the NBA saw his potential right away and centered their marketing efforts on him and Johnson. Because Bird's presence packed arenas and generated income, no team would ever consider letting him leave. You won't believe what follows, though. Conversely, Clark feels excluded by the WNBA, as though her quick ascent poses a threat. The set hierarchy of the league. A player whose talent and marketability are being wasted by a league too preoccupied with politics to see the wider picture. Bird, who has openly lauded Clark, is said to view her as a kindred soul. And this is the point at which everything goes totally wrong. According to rumors that appeared on June 17, 2025, Larry Bird, using his clout as an NBA legend and former Celtics CEO, offered to support Clark by advising her own WNBA team, giving her authority over her surroundings and brand. Although specifics are still up in the air, the plan fits with Bird's track record of audacious actions. You won't believe the true reason he once lobbied for front office reforms to increase the Celtics' competitiveness. According to reports, Bird feels that the WNBA has let Clark down by undervaluing her contribution to the league's expansion and failing to shield her from physical abuse. Caitlyn Clark is a talent you build around, not push aside, he remarked in a rare public comment.